Good morning. Hey, this is Greg Peckman with the Peckman Mortgage Team here. Just want to touch base with you all. TRID is here. So when you hear this and see this on Saturday morning, the new regulation for mortgages, TRID, is here now. What that means is that you have to have the package 3 days before closing. You have to have the HUD, which is going to be called a closing disclosure, all set and acknowledged by the borrower 3 days before closing date. You cannot close until they acknowledge it and it's finalized 3 days before they're supposed to sign. Just like a refinance on a primary residence. It's the same thing. They're doing like a right of rescission, like you do on a primary residence on a refinance. They do the same thing as a TRID. That's coming down the pike here starting October 3rd. So people are freaking out about it. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. It's tough because in the state of Florida, we can't pick our own title company. So sometimes we get somebody out of town that's not on the same page as us. And then in Tennessee office, we can pick our own title company. So we have a good relationship that's built on consistency and trust. So that's the only concern that we have, is that with Florida, we don't get to choose it. The seller gets to choose it since they're paying the title insurance, owner's policy, and the deed stamps. So, but anyway, our goal as a mortgage company is to be done early, super early, way before in advance. So how we do that is that once we get a contract, once we have the contract and we have a closing date, we mark it 9 days before closing date. That's our drop dead date of having it clear to close. Okay? So it puts us that we got to put a massive rush on the front end to make sure that everybody's got what they need way in advance. So just want to give you a heads up on that. It's a big change. It's a very important change. So people in the industry, you got to align yourselves with people who are prepared for this. Because, you know, there's going to be a lot of moving parts, and if you're not prepared for it, or if you don't have a control over your parties, you know, then that's going to be a problem. You know, we're so blessed to have a great closing department for our company that we can get docs out literally the same day, which is amazing. All right, a little bit longer than usually on Saturday. Hang in there. Have a great weekend. Give me a call if you got any questions. 386-202-2277 or 423-535-9697. Talk to you soon.